Hi, this is Chet here from Avion Technology here in the Chicago area. We are a web design development company. Um, so one of the things that we do a lot is apps. So I'm going to talk about mobile apps today. A lot of our clients are small businesses, and small businesses, as you all know, struggle with a few very typical problems. We live in a hyper competitive world now, and for most small businesses, getting new business and then retaining that new business is extremely critical. um, Again, like I said, we live in a hyper competitive world, especially for a lot of service, service in a lot of service businesses these days. There's really no brand loyalty, right? So it's not like the 70s, the 80s, or even the 90s, which is before the internet, when if you were a local plumber or if you're a local electrician, you had a very loyal customer base and they stayed with you. With the emergence of apps like Yelp and Google reviews, clients go and post reviews, and they do their due diligence before they hire someone. So really, all that entire aspect of having a loyal customer base, that's gone. Everyone is shopping around for the best quality at the cheapest price, and I run a small business, so I know what it's like to run a small business. Every day is a firefight. Every day is it's tough, and it's really a two-step tango, right? You have to go out and get new business, and then you have to deliver that business and retain your existing clientele. So how do you do that? Well, one of the ways you do that is actually by creating mobile apps. Um, Ever since 2012, more and more traffic has been shifting to mobiles, to smartphones, and especially with millennials and the generation after that, they've been raised on iPhones, right? They've been raised on smartphones. They've been raised on these devices. So the best way to capture their attention, to the best way to kind of stay on top of their mind space, really, and their consciousness, is therefore through that ecosystem. So what can you do, right? Well, you can create what is called a responsive app, right? A responsive app is essentially an app that you have to develop only once, and it goes on both the Play Store and the App Store. Now, why do an app? So I get this question all the time. I have a website and it works well on, it's a responsive website. So if I open it on my Safari or whatever on my phone, it works well. Well, the thing is that there's what I call the persistence problem, the stickiness problem, right? Um, we Everyone has a limited attention span, and within that limited attention span, you are competing for your customer's attention, right? And especially if that customer is like age 25 or age 20 or age 15 or 16, you are competing with the likes of TikTok and Instagram Reels. So if your value proposition is not strong enough, it's not going to get any attention, right? Because they're on their phones, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're on WhatsApp, and they're on Facebook. And if you're not there along with these, and maybe your app might not be their choice number one, but if it's not sitting on their screen, maybe as app number 15 or app number 20, it's going to get more and more difficult for you to get your customers' mind space, right? So this is usually what I recommend. Even if you're a small business, go for an app, right? Usually, what I have seen is that the cost of the app will be covered in the first year itself, either through more customer engagement or getting some new business because of the app. But usually, I've seen that within the first year, the cost of the app is recovered, and then everything you do after that is just a bonus, right? So again, I do not tire of saying this, but if you are a small business owner, please go for an app. The cost initially upfront looks prohibitive, like anything else, right? But it's not a sunk cost, right? It's an investment. So look at it as an investment. Just like digital marketing, right? A lot of small business owners are like, why do I have to pay so much? Well, if you're not going to pay, someone else is going to pay. He's or she's going to get the exposure, they're going to get the visibility, and they're going to slowly edge you out of the market, because you won't have any visibility, you won't have any exposure, and someone else will have that visibility, someone else will have that exposure, right? So similarly, in the case of apps, if you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it, right? So might as well do it. So look at it as an investment and have an app. What can you do with an app, right? An app essentially serves three purposes, right? First, the biggest thing is customer engagement, right? You have push notifications. You can create an app very creatively so that it becomes interesting, it becomes engaging, right? For example, CD1 price. CD1 price is where I go into my laundry, I give my clothes for ironing, and I use that app all the time. It's a pretty decently made app. So CD1 price today has gotten my mind share, right? It's sitting out there along with all my other apps. So if you're a tradesman, if you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, have an app which sits out there. Make sure that your clients can schedule appointments through the app. Make sure that you have some kind of a loyalty, some kind of a loyalty bonus, some kind of a loyalty system through the app. So if you're a restaurant, if someone's come in 4 times, the fifth time their dinner is free, and all that happens through the app. If you're a fitness, if you're like a boutique fitness place, make sure that you have like a small 10,000 step challenge for your customers. And if they do that, they get like, I don't know, maybe a protein shake or something like that. So that's a way to stay engaged, right? So it's all about having your customers engaged. That's the first thing. Secondly, I think a big thing that it solves a lot of the logistical problems of running a business. Like, for example, making a payment, right? Making a payment through a website is tedious. Sending a check is tedious. But if through Apple Wallet, it's a no-brainer, right? And through an in-app purchase, it's a no-brainer, right? So if you have an app, getting payments, especially getting recurring payments, becomes so much easier. And we all love recurring payments in our business, right? We all like it when we get those payments every month. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, if you start posting good content, there's going to be more downloads for your app. So we spoke about servicing your existing customers, right? But what about future customers? So I have a client, he's a motivational speaker. So what he does is he goes out and he speaks, and right at the end of his speaking session, when he's in front of 200 people, he asks them to download the app there itself. So suddenly there's 200 downloads. Now all those 200 people do not use the app, maybe only 20 do. But those 20 people who end up using the app regularly because of his content, 10 of those end up signing up for his personal coaching. So what he has done is he has created his own lead funnel, his own leads pipeline, where he goes out for a speaking engagement, speaks to 200 people, asks them to download the app. Out of those 200 people, 20 stick on as consistent users, and out of those 20 users, 10 of them end up becoming his clients for his coaching business. So what he has done is he has made his app into a salesperson, right, who's creating this leads pipeline for him. So like anything else, an app will not solve all your business problems. I'm not naive to say that. What it will do is it will give you another tool, another weapon in your arsenal through which you can kind of outdo your opposition, right? We live in an age of tech, right? If you're still in denial of that, then you're like that. You're like that person who back in 2002 said that I don't need a website, right? We all need a website, and the ones who got there first were the ones who harnessed all the power, all the gains that the internet economy brought them, right? The ones who were on eBay first, they're millionaires today, right? The ones who were on Amazon first, they're millionaires today, right? So the ones who embrace change first, right, are going to outdo their competition. So most of you and anyone who's listening to this, if you're thinking about an app for a small business, chances are that you're already late to the game, right? But like they say, better late than never. So invest in an app. We're getting to the end of the year. It's when I'm recording this, it's October 2023, so we're in the last quarter. See if you can make a provision in next year's budget for a small app. Sit with your web developer, see what different tools you can build within it. But next quarter, launch an app, right? And just launching an app does not do anything. You got to feed it content. You got to make sure that you kind of keep it moving. But like anything else, if you do that, right, your app could be that vehicle which takes your business from where it is right now to the next level. Because that's really what all small businesses are looking for, right? We all got into the business not because we like the plateau, not because we like the struggle, not because we like where it is, but because we want to get to the next level. So anything that gets you to the next level is something that you should be investing on, whether it's a really good salesperson, whether it's a really good marketing strategy, or whether it's a really good app. So an app is kind of at the same level. So think about it. This is Chet here from Avion Technology. These are our coordinates. We are in the Chicagoland area. These are our coordinates, and this is my number. If you want to have a conversation, please give us a shout. Otherwise, don't forget to like or subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.